dimensional analysis, always a topic that is very scary, and students usually try to skip or get fearful of and then drop a class, or, the list goes on. However, dimensional analysis actually, once you learn the trick, can be quite simple. It's all just about learning the method that works for you, understanding what you need, and then just how to puzzle it all together. And when problems get bigger and bigger and bigger, that, fear factor also gets bigger and bigger and bigger, thinking that problem is so challenging. But just because problems are wordier doesn't mean they're more challenging. So if you look at just the basic idea of dimensional analysis, it's just problem solving and solving any kind of problem that you may encounter. Going from something that you have given in this particular situation to something that you want to end up with. So we say you take your given unit and you find your conversion factor to get your desired. So for example, what if we said, okay, I want to know, I have 2.5 inches, 1 centimeters. So you find your conversion factor and you say, all right, you'll start with your 2.5 inches and you looked up your conversion factor. Well, it's not going to make sense for me to put inches on the top like this one, because then I'm going to get inches times inches. Since I want to get rid of inches, it's going to go on the bottom and the centimeters will go on the top. So then you'll see, all right, centimeters and centimeters go away and you'll be left with inches. So you multiply together 2.5 times 2.54. And you get 5.04. You want two significant figures, so you will write 5.0 centimeters. So that's just going from one unit to another. Figuring out, this is what I've given, this is what I want. If you have one conversion factor, you plug it in. Always put what you are trying to get rid of on the bottom. When they're diagonal like this, they're dividing, so they cancel out. Now, if you have multiple units that you need to convert to get to your desired, then it's the same exact process, just continuing to cancel out what you don't want. So let's put that into practice. A certain medication is available in 225 milligram tablets. So for me, I like to say, all right, this is what I'm given. 225 milligram per tablet. Because if you read the sentence, you see a certain medication is available in 225 milligram tablets. So the tablet has 225 milligrams of the medication in it. If the recommended daily dosage is 14 milligrams of medication per kilogram body weight. So I have 14 milligrams medication per kilogram body weight. How many tablets are needed for a 165-pound person for 1 day? So you also have 165 pounds. And you want to know number of tablets. Alrighty. Then I like to start with writing down what I know, creating a plan. So I see I have all of these different conversion factors, and then I may even need more. I see that I want to end up with tablets. So I want to end with here. So that means that I'm going to use that conversion last. So I want tablets last. So to get there, I will have to use that 225 milligrams per tablet. All right. Then if I want just tablets, that means I'm going to have to get rid of the milligrams at some point. Well, I see that here I have milligrams. So I'm going to have to use this next. So then I would use that, the 14 milligrams per kilogram. Okay, well, I still have my pounds, and I now have to get rid of the kilograms. So what would make sense for me if I put my pound here that I start with, I need to get there. The reason it makes sense to start with the pounds is because that's the one unit you're given that's not on top of anything else. It's by itself. And that's who you care about, is figuring out the weight of this person and how many tablets for that weight they need using the dosages given and how much is in the medication. So you have to figure out to go from pounds to kilograms. If you right off the bat remember, all right, well, what do I know? I know that there is 453.2 grams in a pound. I also know that there's 1,000 grams in a kilogram. If you know any other conversions that work, you're always welcome to use those as well. So for me, what I just thought of and created a plan for is that I will go from pounds to grams, grams to kilograms, and then use my conversion factor. So now I have my plan set out and I'm ready to plug it all in. So I have my 165 pounds, multiply it by my conversion factor, 453.2 grams divided by 1 pound times 1 kilogram divided by 1,000 grams times, now I will use my milligram versus kilogram. Since I want the milligrams, it's going to go on the top. And then my last bit, I want to end with tablets. So tablets is going to go on the top. And 225 milligrams will go on the bottom. Because you always want to think diagonal, canceling out what you are trying to get rid of. Before even wasting any time plugging into the calculator, just double check your work. So you see, all right, pounds are going to cancel out. Grams will cancel. Kilograms will cancel. Milligrams will cancel. You are left with tablets. And you plug it all in, and you will find that it's 4.7 tablets. Now you always want to show your work, write your units, and then check for significant figures. So you go back to your problem and label. So 225 is 3 sig figs. Daily dosage is 2. 165 is 3. So technically 2 is your lowest, so 4.7 is completely acceptable. But we also know that it was per 1 kilogram. So 1 would also be acceptable for 5 tablets. And that's it. So it's just about picking the problem apart, highlighting, taking notes, writing what's given, whatever works for you. And then going with, all right, where do I want to end with? Then how do I get there? All right, well, how will I get to that unit? And then kind of working forward to get to the starting point. And once you've actually made yourself a plan, it's just plugging in the numbers and then double checking your units.